This morning. Good morning, writers. Good morning. This is the writing lab. Let's get on up and get our supplies together, people. Good morning to you. My name is Delores, the pastor's daughter, and we are in the writing lab. Look, for real, y'all need to go ahead and get y'all some of this. Get y'all some of this. But right now, just get your supplies together. Y'all not ready for the gloss yet. Just get up and get your writing supplies. We're going to do some writing this morning. If you've never been here before, we do 50 minutes, 50 minutes of focused work. Then we do 10 minutes of a movement break. And we do that for 2 iterations, okay? So we have 2 cycles of that, 2 writing sprints, 2 10-minute movement breaks. And right now, that's the formula, okay? Like we're doing really good with our formula. Yes, in here in the lab, okay? Because it's formulas around here, okay? What's the formula? Today is the 19th, so let's see what our little quote for the day is. And while I'm finding this, let me go ahead and get my tea started. Y'all remember yesterday? Y'all remember yesterday when I started to make my tea, child, and I got so flustered and discombobulated with how the internet was working. Comes to find out that YouTube was having some issues. So it wasn't just me. I thought I was going crazy, y'all. Uh, Look at this. The word of the day. Trust your crazy ideas. Look, right when I say I thought I was crazy. Ain't that something? Trust your crazy ideas. Y'all, it is February 19th, 2026. This is our 4th day in a row of being consistent, okay? 4 days in a row being consistent with our writing labs. We've been getting up, starting these writing labs like we 6-ish, okay? We know we be a few minutes late here and there, okay? But we show up, and we are proud of that, okay? we're going we're gonna celebrate that. So 4 days in a row of consistent writing, and I hope that this is really I hope that this is helpful for y'all, and that you're getting the most out of these sessions. While we are getting our supplies together, waiting for water to get hot for our tea this morning. What are y'all drinking on? Y'all got some, you know what, let me go ahead and put this QR code in the chat, y'all, because listen, I want y'all to be able to get use all the wonderful products that I have available in my store. My very own tea, very own coffee. You can grab that. And matter of fact, while you're over there, grab this Chloe Peptide Lip Balm. Sure, it's gonna change your life. Okay. Now, can I just be honest about something, you guys? Can I just be honest? Like, my lips are kind of dark. They've gotten dark over the years, of certain activities. So, I've been working to, like, just kind of soften them up. I didn't, I guess I didn't really realize, that different activities or whatever can, really darken your lips. So, one of the things I do is I use this glowy peptide lip balm to help just kind of bring the softness and the pinkness back to my lips. As well as I brush my lips. Is this crazy, y'all? Do y'all brush your lips? I'm gonna show y'all one day. Look, I'm gonna do a video and show y'all one day. I literally brush my lips. It really helps to get like any type of like dead skin off your lips and stuff like that. So y'all, like, don't knock it till you try it, okay? Listen. Don't knock it till you try it. And sometimes the best toothbrushes for that are the ones that have those little grids on the back of the toothbrush. And you could just go like just brush your lips with it. But if not, child, use them bristles and just brush your lips too. Okay. Little tip this morning. Good morning to you. All right, so yesterday and for this we've been talking about chapter 1. Do y'all hear that? Anyway, with the way the world is going today, you hear some like a plane, that didn't sound like a plane. That sounded like some type of jet. Okay, outside, just makes you like a little like, is this it? Is this it, God? Is this it? Let me know. Okay, so this we've been talking about chapter 1 of the Tell the Truth Daughter, part 1 of this workbook guide series. How to tell, how to write the memoir you were never meant to tell. Okay. You can also find that. Oh, my bad, you guys. Let me put that in the chat real quick for y'all. It's in the description, but I'm going to put it in the chat for y'all too. All right. Y'all are supposed to be getting y'all writing supplies together. Don't just be up here looking at me. Okay. Me, reaching my writing goals. You need to reach your writing goals yourself. Okay. So I expect y'all to be up and writing during these times, or catch the replay when it's a more opportune time for you, and work towards your writing goals. Okay, y'all. So in chapter 1, the title is You Live Through It, Now Tell It. Okay, you live through it, now tell it. Now I want to give y'all some encouragement, because I know it probably seems like, especially because I think a lot of people, I don't know, I guess it's kind of 50-50, right? Like the age range of people who follow my content and who are, inspired by these writing videos. I think the ages are varied. After we do this, after we are more consistent with our writing labs, I can go back and look at the analytics. But I hadn't even been consistent enough to really tell y'all, give y'all any kind of stats, honey. I don't have any stats for myself. Okay, so after this, we'll get some stats together. That's one of the good things about being consistent, is you can kind of see, you have a little bit more data to see what you're working with, see what needs to change or what needs to improve or what you need to continue doing. I think we're going to find that these sessions are amazing and that we need to continue doing these. We need to be even more consistent with them, like meaning that we invite people and that we make this more of a community activity. Okay, and then eventually we'll get into live writing sessions, in-person live writing sessions, and you'll get even more benefit from that, actually being in a space, in a shared space. So we've been talking about chapter 1, and like I was saying, I from what I see right now, from the feedback that I get, the age ranges of people who are in these labs can range, right? So I think that there's like a like on the lower end of the age range, I think people probably are thinking that they haven't lived enough life. Like, I'm young, how do I write a memoir and I'm so young? I thought about that too, like, you're young, girl. Like, how are you trying to tell like a life story? But you totally can. I would even say people who are younger than me, I really don't believe that there is a specific age that is appropriate for memoir, because it's based on life lessons. It's based on major events, turning events, coming of age, some type of realization, revelation, something, that you have gotten from your higher power, from your intuition, from your discernment, stuff like that. So I don't want you to think that you're too young, to do this. But then as you get older, then you start thinking, well, I'm too old, like, or you might start thinking, well, who really cares? Or, well, I've already lived through that and that's like over and done with. You don't want to rehash anything, because there will be part of the process of telling your story that you will relive moments that you probably don't want to relive. You don't want to you don't want to rehash that stuff. You think, oh, it's just done, it's over, I learned what I need to learn. But what about those who are following you? What about your own record of accounts, of what you've done and what you've been through? As you get older, you're going to forget. Do you want to forget these moments of like really major turning points in your life? And what about those who love you and who are interested in you and who are intrigued by you? Would you like to leave them something to remember you by, lessons that you can that'll live on way past the grave? So you got to kind of think about that type of stuff. It may sound a little morbid, but like, it is what it is. Okay. So chapter 1, you live through it, now tell it. It don't say nothing about you live through it at age 65, now you can tell it. No, and it doesn't say, well, just because you're 25 and you live through it doesn't mean you live through enough. No, you live through it, now tell it. Just tell it, girl. Tell the truth, daughter. Okay? So, ooh, you know what? What? Lord, I ain't even got a fan handy. Jesus, I'm tripping. All right, so get on up. Y'all should have y'all supplies. I've already been talking for like 10 minutes. So I expect y'all to be up and engaged in these writing labs. Come back later and watch it if you need to. You know, if that's better, go ahead and like it now while you're here. Like it, share it, just be like, hey y'all, we doing live writing labs now. Let's all get up. Get you a group together. Be like, girl, let's all get up. Dolores is gonna be on here at 6 a.m. child. We don't know if she brushed her teeth. We don't know if she washed her face yet, but it don't even matter, child. We all in our own space and we don't care. Okay, we can't smell nobody's breath through the video. Okay, we ain't worried about your hair and none of that. Okay, we are here to reach a goal. We are in the lab. Okay, so it is all about what we are creating in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started writing. I didn't even start the music. Yeah, y'all tripping. Speaking of which, I know yesterday, you guys, I was trying to share with y'all about, I was getting sick. So yesterday after the live writing session, I went to the doctor. Doctor, doctor's office was packed. There was not even a seat free in the waiting room. And so, I set an appointment. Thank God they had an appointment. Came back. It was super easy. I was probably out of there in like an hour, like hour and a half tops. And they gave me 2 shots, and I'm feeling a bit better. But I know not to. You know what I'm saying? Not to get too carried away. I do have something a meeting that I wanted to attend today. Now that I know I've taken all the tests and I know I'm not contagious, I know I don't have anything that can, that could be spread to anyone else. So I feel, safe going around people. Whereas yesterday I didn't before I had the test, So I just wanted to err on the side of caution. But so today, I'll attend the meeting and then just come right on back home and continue to rest. But for now, we write. Okay. So let me share this screen with y'all and let's get started writing. Hey y'all. Okay. Whew, I almost got carried away then, y'all. Forgot. I didn't even realize the timer had stopped. All right, y'all. How are we doing? How was that last session for you? Let me know in the chat what you're working on. What are you writing? Writing memoir? You are you doing a story time series about your life? I mean, what are you doing? Even with these story time series, y'all, I encourage you to write them out first. Outline them, do a loose script on it. Because I know there's a part of, there's an element of you want to speak natural, you want to speak from the heart, you want it to flow, but there's also it's really good to keep, some type of format, some type of outline. I mean, that helps you not to forget stuff, and it helps you to not ramble on, a certain topic or get a little too carried away in it. It's like your guardrails, so to speak. So you got all this space that you can move in, but don't go beyond that, the scope that you've already set for yourself. So think about that too when you're when you yo, why am I just standing here and not moving? Okay. I am on my vibration plate. That's what I do during our 10-minute movement breaks. And it's mostly so I can come over here and talk to y'all, If I'm over there like doing something else, like dancing or something, I'm not gonna be talking to y'all at the same time. So I like to talk to y'all. So, but while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and rub on some of this paprika and chili balsam. Y'all know I love to use this because it really helps when I'm sitting here writing for long stints, or sometimes even the short stints. I've got like a cushion and all of that stuff on my chair, but I still like it's still like sometimes uncomfortable just to sit at a desk for a long period of time. And so, that's why I really encourage y'all to really take advantage of the 10-minute movement breaks. Sometimes it's a good little reset for your brain, like to stop you from what you're doing. I know sometimes it don't feel right, and sometimes it isn't, sometimes you do want to keep going. But the purpose of us doing that in these sessions is so that we can, as we're writing about traumatic experiences, we're like moving all of that trauma out of our body, So I think it takes writing about it and like processing, getting it out that way, but also don't neglect the movement piece. And I think I really did for like a lot of years of my life, like really neglected that movement piece of it, thinking, that's not that big of a deal. But it is. And I don't think I really realized this until I started line dancing. Because I was like, oh my gosh, like this is really, like it's helping. I'm just rubbing this massage gel on my hip. And but I noticed like through line dancing that it was really helping with my conditions, with my fibromyalgia and lupus symptoms. It was really helping me mentally because I was experiencing like the brain fog that I was experiencing that back then was a lot worse than it is today. I still have my, the brain fog is one of my symptoms of the fibromyalgia. And y'all, that is so problematic to me because I'm such a thinker, I'm a discerner, and I critically think, maybe even sometimes to a fault, where it's like you kind of overthink. But, with the brain fog, it just, to me, it even triggers my overthinking more because it's like, okay, now that I know I have brain fog, I'm like, okay, what did I miss? And then it becomes like I'm a little bit hyper focused on that part. But I noticed that line dance even helps with that because, there's an element of like remembering the steps, focusing, coordinating between your mind and your body and, your feet, your hands. I mean, like your whole body is engaged, but it takes a lot of mental capability to do it too, especially to remember. So I don't want you guys to neglect these movement breaks, okay? Like really, really take advantage of these. You don't have to be on a vibration plate, even though, I like it. I think that what they say is true about it. I think it's probably really good for lymphatic drainage. I think it's probably really good for weight loss and stuff like that, But I can't make those claims. I don't know for sure. I just know I like it. It seems like it like it helps with like tight and sore muscles and stuff too. So there's a lot of benefits to it, but you guys decide for yourself. Okay, I'm not really endorsing it. I just know I like it. Um, so you might like it too, and that might just be the thing that you can do while you are taking your movement breaks. Um, what else I want to tell you about? Again, y'all, let me know in the chat what you're working on. You can grab this book here. I'm working on part two, just formatting part two of this guidebook, but part one is already available in my bookstore. So you guys can grab that. Make sure that you click the QR code here. You can grab some of my great products in my pharmacy store. You can grab the paprika and chili balsam in there. That's a pain relief massage gel. You guys do not sleep on this stuff. It seems like it's like simple. You like, I got pain. How is that gonna work for me? But y'all, I'm telling you, this keeps me dancing. Okay, like I put it on my knees too when I line dance, and when I'm sitting, and stuff like that. I also do it for my hips for line dance too, but especially when I'm sitting for long periods of time. Let me see. And then in the comment section, you'll see that I put in there the link to grab the Tell the Truth Daughter part one of the memoir guide, the memoir writing guide. Okay. So make sure y'all grab that too. And then I made my coffee a little while. I kept forgetting to make it because like I told you, it's early. Sometimes I don't even be thinking straight. Okay, in the mornings. But I put some of this in my water this morning in my tea. The vitamin C effervescent tablets with vitamin D and zinc. And I'm using this also to help supplement to get rid of this stuff that I have going on, these cold symptoms. So, and I really should have been a lot more diligent with using this before I started getting the symptoms, which I wasn't. But I really like it. I think probably more people probably put it in cold water or put it in orange juice or something like that, which I like it in my orange juice too. But I don't know, it just feels like it's doing more of a job for me if I put it in hot water. Is that weird, y'all? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Try the vitamin C effervescent tablets, okay, with vitamin D and zinc. Because like the medicines and stuff, they're good. You guys know I got some steroid shots yesterday, but really you want to try to handle it in the most natural way possible. I just allowed it to progress to this point where I needed to go to the doctor, and it usually happens that way because I'm autoimmune compromised. So it's like once I start feeling a little sick, it's like it's gonna pretty much do its thing and run its course. Once I start feeling it, I'm not gonna be able to stop it. I have to be more preventative. And so that's what I want to do, with using my products like this. It's the winter season. We already know that there's a bunch of stuff out there, like a bunch of germs and stuff going around. So it's probably better to be proactive and use it, before you start to really feel the symptoms. So, that's my bad. That's my bad. But we're gonna do better. These sessions will help, to be more consistent with other things too. You'd be surprised at how when you start something consistent, then it starts to kind of like affect other areas of your life. And you're like, well, hey, I'm consistent here. I'm getting up every morning and I'm writing with Delores in the writing lab. So I may as well, after that, maybe go make me breakfast. If that's something that you want to be consistent on. Some people don't do breakfast, some people do, some people, fast or whatever you want to do. But you'll be surprised at how consistency in one area will impact other areas of your life as well. So y'all make sure that you're putting in the chat what you're working on. I'm your accountability partner. You're my accountability partner. And I'm telling y'all what I'm working on. I want y'all to tell me too, so that we can just see each other some really great creative energy, keep each other motivated. You know what I mean? So I want to know who's already who's already got them some Chloe peptide lip balm. Ooh, I can hold on to it. Chloe peptide lip balm. You can grab that right there in the pharmacy store. And we've got another minute, and then we're going to get back started writing. So you have time to go ahead and like the video. You can share the video. Go ahead and share with your girlfriend and just let her know, hey, we got another 15-minute writing stint. At the end, Dolores is going to come back on, right? Do another movement break and just kind of recap what we were able to accomplish today. And start you a group. Every morning we're up and we're writing, okay? A lot of y'all, when y'all know that I have written a book, y'all like the more than anything, y'all don't even really care what's in my book, to be honest. Y'all really don't. I know a lot of y'all done bought the book and never read it, and that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. Do you? But what you really want to know more, and what you're more intrigued about, is that I did it, and you want to know how you can do it. First of all, get out of your own way. You're not too young. You're not too old. Okay? It's you've lived enough life to be able to write about an experience in your life. Okay? But these writing sessions will help you to get more clarity on what your writing goals are, and give you a vision for how you want to tackle your writing journey, your timeline and all that stuff. It'll help. It'll get you together, girl. Okay. But you have to participate, right? You have to participate. You can't just be on these live writing sessions expecting for motivation to come to you and you're not making any action. Like, action also creates that momentum and that motivation. Okay. So don't neglect that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get back started writing, you guys. Hey y'all. Y'all hanging in there, huh? Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. This is our final movement break of the morning, which y'all, I feel so accomplished that I did it. I'm starting to feel, like I need to rest now. My head is starting to feel, a little congested. So I know that I've done enough. I've done enough for now. We've accomplished what we needed to accomplish today. We've accomplished our writing goal. Okay, y'all. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Give yourselves a round of applause. Whatever you need. Give yourself a treat, child, a nap, whatever you need. Just to, congratulate yourself for accomplishing this. Day four. Day four of our writing lab. Being consistent, showing up at 6 a.m. Okay, ish. Okay, because we were a little late. We were about 5 minutes, maybe about 5 minutes late, something like that. But we were here, and that's good enough. Okay, sometimes good enough has to be good enough. Okay, and today that's what it is. I felt like, sometimes when you first start doing something, your momentum is really high, and who really even knows how long that momentum even lasts? Like it could be like, okay, you start off day one, day two, ooh, I'm in this, let's do it. You excited, ready to go. And then it just kind of trickles off from there, which, I mean, that was easy for me to do. It would have been easy for me to do this week because I started getting sick. I started getting sick like Friday. And I didn't realize it at the time, but when I did a video on Facebook, and I was just like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm feeling it in my body. At that time, I don't think I really realized I was getting a cold. I thought that I was like, starting the symptoms of a fibromyalgia flare up. So, so Friday, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just kind of breaking down. And then at that point, I had 2 events to do that weekend. And I had the sweetheart dinner on that Saturday, and then we had a Galentine's brunch on that Sunday. Well, it ended up raining, and the Galentine's brunch ended up getting postponed to this coming Sunday, which y'all don't even understand how grateful I was. Because it was like, I told y'all on that video, I was like, I want to do it. I want to do everything that, I say I'll do. When people ask me to do stuff, if I say yes, then I want to do it. I don't say yes to everything, but, I do say yes to a lot of things, that I probably, should give a good second, third, fourth thought to, reconsider. And then sometimes, you're like, in the moment, you're like, yeah, of course I could do it. But then when the time comes, it's like, oh, shoot, I've obligated myself. And, maybe once the time comes, it's not a good time anymore, or whatever. You start feeling sick and overwhelmed like I was, feeling. So that was like, it was a blessing from God that, the rain came. Okay, bring the rain. Okay. And so that event was postponed. So now my focus is just, making sure that I'm as well as I can be for Sunday, so that, I can show up for this event that was postponed, which I will be. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to listen to my body and go and rest now. I've done what I need to do today. In fact, let me show y'all. Y'all know we've been reading out of this book, and we're going to continue to, because we're still in the beginning phases. But as we are going through this book, I'm completing the other 2 parts of the series. Okay, so this is part 1, Tell the Truth Daughter series, and that's what we've been doing in these labs, y'all. Okay, how to write the memoir you were never meant to tell. Okay. That's part 1. And so what I've been doing for the past few days in our writing lab was formatting part 2. Okay, so this one is part 2, and this one is a part of the Tell the Truth Daughter series, right? And how to publish, protect, and profit from your story. Because see, that's going to be the thing too. Like once you finish writing it, then it's like, okay, what do I do now? So I'm already a few steps ahead of y'all in getting y'all prepared for when you get to that point. But right now, it's important for you to show up for the labs, right? Show up and show out. Like, do what you can. Have a bit of a loose plan. Like, we're getting it together, right? We're just on day 4 of us being consistent, right? So, your plan doesn't have to be perfect, but over time, I want you to develop a plan. Okay, tomorrow's writing session, tomorrow's writing labs, this is what I want to accomplish, and have some type of plan, in place as we go along. But again, right now, don't worry about that. Just write, outline, research, put prompts into your chat GPT, do some voice recordings. Let's say you're not ready yet to start writing, but you're ready to start speaking your story. Speak it into a recording app where you can later transcribe it. You guys can go on YouTube. I don't know if, actually, let me not even say that. I know YouTube does transcribe videos. I don't know if it does it before you post it, but that might be an option for y'all to just go ahead and record your videos and just save them. Just save them in YouTube. You don't even have to post a video yet, like for the world to see, but just put it in there where you have some type of record archive, where you want to keep, and then have a plan. So like, okay, at this future day, maybe 6 months, a year from now is when you actually post these videos. I have so many videos on my YouTube page. It just wasn't the right time yet to post them. But when the right time comes, they're already there, and then all I have to do is schedule them to post. So, but again, we're not even there yet. Just get your story out of your body, okay? Get your story out of your body, and then we'll go on to step 2. Once we get part 1 complete. But just know that I'm already some steps ahead of you. So I got you when you're there, when you're ready. And I mean, granted, we're all going to be on different levels, right? So just because we're in day 4 of doing this lab doesn't mean that you're on day 4 of writing your story, right? That doesn't mean that you just started. So you may be further advanced than, let's say, another daughter that's on the live right now. And maybe you'll need part 2 before someone else will. And so I'll have that available for you. Part 1, though, is already available in my bookstore. The link is in the chat. Is also in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and grab part 1 right now. And it's an interactive, it's a workbook, guidebook that you can, it gives you action steps after every single chapter. Gives you action steps. This is what you need to do here. This is where we are in the process. And so for chapter 1, the prompt or the action step for chapter 1 is write down 1 moment you're finally ready to tell, even if it scares you. Okay? So tomorrow when we come back, 6 a.m. tomorrow, on February the 20th, okay, we'll be back tomorrow, February 20th, 2026, and we're going to go over this prompt. And so, in fact, I can put it in the chat tomorrow morning what our action step is going to be. So tomorrow when we come, I want you to have a little bit better of a focus, or a little bit more of a focus, and I want us to start getting into those stories that are scary to tell. We don't know if we're ready yet. You're ready, okay? You're ready to tell it right here. You're ready to get it out of your body, right? Because the first person you're really telling it to is yourself, to be honest, okay? Because for some of us, it was like we couldn't even really believe ourselves what we experienced. We couldn't even believe we went through all that. We can't believe that we're as sane as we are, and a lot of us have mental issues from the things that we went through. But we know that it could be so much worse, had there not been intervention, had there not been revelation, had there not been discernment, had there not been grace, had there, not been a lot of things that you can start to write about, that you'll start to get clarity about, or that you may come to some type of resolve with, not all of this stuff is going to end in forgiveness. And I don't believe that I should push that. I'm not pushing anybody to forgive, forget, move on. No, right now I'm pushing you to tell it. Okay? Tell the daughter. And that doesn't mean you have to tell it to me or the rest of the world. Start with you first. Let you be the daughter in you. Honor the daughter who went through all that. And let you be the first person that you confess it to, that you honor the little girl that experienced it, maybe, You honor the teenager who experienced that thing, that event, that trauma, that turning point, and honor her in just getting it out of your body. Okay, so that's our first step. All right, so that's all I have for you. Our last 10-minute movement break is done, child. I'm done. Okay, my body's done. I'm tired, but I feel so wonderful for having stuck to, and being consistent here. And I want to thank y'all for doing the same thing. Again, go ahead and like the video, share the video with another daughter who needs to tell the truth. Um, and Yeah, just remember, y'all, I love y'all. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye bye for now.